This is part 3 of 100 days as an engineer in Minecraft's Industrial Revolution. Throughout these 10 days, I'll be protecting my village, building new machines, and starting my factory. And all of this based around Tinker's Construct, Immersive Engineering, and the Pixelmon. No time to like or subscribe? Let's get into this video. When I spawned into the world on day 21, I had to re-familiarize myself with it. I made a lot of changes to the quest book over the last few months, so I decided to check it out. One of the things I noticed was that I needed to make flip tools again for the advancements. That included a lot, and I mean a lot, of gravel breakers. Once I crafted the tools, I looked over the rest of the quest book. If you want to check out this mod pack for yourself, check the link in my description. Also, I recently started hosting Minecraft events. Check out my Discord to join. I realized that I didn't have a Tinker's Construct helmet yet, so I started to create one. This involved a ton of casting. Once my helmet was finished cooling, I crafted it together and put it on. After last episode, and some comments on YouTube and Discord, I realized how messy my base was, so I decided to make it look a little bit cleaner. After fighting off some zombies in a nearby cave, I made my village look a little bit nicer by adding some dirt around my town hall and the rest of the buildings. Speaking of my town hall, I decided to start moving into my new house. My plan was always to live inside the town hall to show the villagers who's boss. This involved clearing nearby chests and putting the loot into organized storage. After that, I went to chop down a forest. Let the montage begin. On day 22, I put some iron into the blast furnace to make some steel for a quest. After making a jerry can to clear my coal coke oven, I organized my valuables. I spent most of the day working on the new quest book, which included opening some loot crates. On the morning of day 23, I went to go mining for some ores. This lasted all the way until day 24, when I came up to make a metal press. I needed this press to get tungsten rods, which are used in many crafting recipes. Metal press uses power in a press template to make certain versions of ores. This meant I needed to get some power. The windmill I used previously for power was powering my sawmill. This meant I needed to set up a second windmill, which I did on the morning of day 25. I needed to connect the metal press to the windmill to get some power. However, I had an idea. By connecting the windmill to a capacitor or battery, I would have power even if the wind died down. After rewiring my whole compound, I set up some pillars to hold the wires. I connected the battery to a relay and connected it to the metal press to that same relay. With that, the press was powered. I added a charging station to this whole power grid and plugged it in. After that, I hired a lumberjack. To my delight, the lumberjack was already level 11. After checking on my lumberjack, I started a farm for industrial hemp. I spent the next 5 minutes or so lighting up my area. After that though, I realized I finally hit 90% of one of my food categories. This gave me an extra 2 hearts. Later that day, I finished the windmill quest. However, an invasion started. This led me to run away from my base, as I didn't want my villagers getting hurt. I ran away into a nearby forest, where a tree I cut down hit one of the zombies. When I returned home the next day, I put 8 windmill sails onto my windmill. This would almost double its speed. After that, I began working on my next machine, the crusher. The crusher takes a lot of materials, including hoppers, steel scaffolding, fences, light engineering blocks, and a redstone engineering block. After I gathered those resources, I began working on my factory building. This included making factory blocks, which I had to chisel into different styles of blocks. I was using the building gadget to face in my factory building. After I finished adding the floor in my building, I brought my machines over. This included my metal press and my windmill. After some complicated wiring, I finally finished setting up power. This was a great accomplishment for my factory building. But disaster struck. One of my villagers had been killed by a zombie. I was too slow to protect them. However, I didn't let that faze me. Instead, I decided to keep improving. From days 28 to 30, I worked in my factory quite a bit. I started off by building my crusher. This took a minute as mobs were everywhere attacking me. However, I wasn't a lonely nomad. I was an engineer. I went back to my base and crafted myself a ton of turrets. I was going to make this factory a safe haven. I began by running back to my unfinished crusher and placing down some turrets. Once I added the turret heads, I was ready to defend my factory. Well, except for the fact there were zombies everywhere. I wasn't able to place all the turrets because of zombies and had to retreat. When I came back to fight, I ended up breaking my sword on the zombies. This was bad news because my factory was being overrun. I had to run back to my base and retreat. At this point, I was so sick and tired that I decided to break into my stash of diamonds and make myself a diamond sword. Finally, with this sword, I was able to take back control of my factory. After I finished killing some mobs, I went and loaded up my turrets with some items. This was useful as it would hopefully help me protect my factory. And after all of that hard work, I was rewarded with the sound of my armor being upgraded. Tinker's Contract items have been upgraded after they've been used. This gives them cool perks, such as being able to strengthen them with other ores. However, my armor was about to break. Before I fixed it, I decided to finish my crusher. The crusher takes ores and power and outputs 2 ore grids per ore. These grids can be smelted into ingots, effectively doubling ores. Finally, it was created. I had it connected to my power grid, but the crusher roared to life. After that, I made an auto-smelting system. The engineer's furnace smelts using power. This means I could auto-smelt any grids that come out of the crusher, giving me smelted ingots automatically. After that, I went to upgrade my armor by adding diamonds and redstone. Diamonds would make my armor stronger, and redstone would make me much faster. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I had a blast recording and editing this. If you want to check out this mod pack for yourself, check the link in the description. Or, if you want to play in a Minecraft event with others, join my Discord to enter. Also, if you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe. Stay tuned for more amazing content.